Guide Dogs is 90 years old this year. This video uses archive footage and voiceover to look back at our history. It also looks forward to our aspirations for the years to come. A caption saying 2021 appears on screen and begins ticking back to 1931. The 1931 then moves up to sit on top of a new caption saying 2021, and a caption underneath that reading Guide Dogs, 90 years.
It's 90 years since the UK's first guide dog partnerships qualified. And since then, we've transformed thousands of lives through a range of services.
The 1931 to 2021 logo slides off to the left and reveals archive photographs and a timeline in the bottom left corner. Caption: 1931, first 4 British guide dogs trained.
It all started in 1931 in a lock-up garage in Merseyside. 2 innovative women, Muriel Crook and Rosamond Bond, started training dogs to support servicemen who had lost their sight in the First World War. Back then, the idea was pretty radical, but the impact was immediate. Within 3 years, we'd formed the Guide Dogs for the Blind Association.
The timeline advances. Caption: 1941, we moved to Edmondscote Manor. Black and white pictures and footage of Edmondscote Manor.
In 1941, we moved to our new home at Edmondscote Manor and began offering residential training to our new partnerships.
The timeline advances with each new section. Caption: 1952, Guide Dogs was attracting attention. We see black and white footage of a trainer walking down a busy street with his guide dog in training.
By the 1950s, our guide dogs were attracting attention.
The idea of training dogs to guide the blind is comparatively new to this country, but the miracle of merging a guide dog and its master, mentally and physically, into a single unit has proved successful. And today, the work of the Guide Dogs of the Blind Association is widely recognized.
Caption: 1956, Guide Dogs begins recruiting volunteer puppy raisers. Footage shows a group of prospective guide dog owners walking past a pen of young puppies.
In 1956, we began recruiting volunteers to raise our puppies.
These are part of the new puppy walking scheme, an attempt to simplify the selection of suitable dogs as early as possible.
Caption: 1960, we begin our breeding program. Footage of guide dog owners on Class, learning to walk with their guide dogs down residential streets.
To raise happier, healthier dogs, we began our own breeding program in 1960.
Caption: 1965, Blue Peter dog Honey trains to become a guide dog. We see black and white photos of Honey with Blue Peter presenters.
And we became a household name in 1965 thanks to Blue Peter and guide dog in training, Honey.
Caption: 1970, we opened our Tollgate House Centre near Leamington Spa. Colour footage of a guide dog in training navigating an obstacle course with its trainer.
As our services grew in the 1970s, we opened our Tollgate House Centre in Leamington Spa.
At the obstacle course, set in the grounds of the centre, the dog is taught to judge height and widths and to obey commands instantly. The dog not only judges the distances for himself, but for his trainer as well.
Caption: 1981, Blue Peter dog Goldie gives birth to a litter of guide dog puppies. Black and white photos of Goldie's puppies.
In 1981, we introduced a new generation to our life-changing work when Blue Peter's dog Goldie gave birth to a litter of guide dog puppies.
Caption: 1995, we begin offering cane training, orientation and mobility skills, and low vision aid support. Colour video shows people with sight loss using low vision aids and cane training.
And from the mid-1990s, we began offering training to help people develop new skills.
Caption: 2011, we open our state-of-the-art National Breeding Centre. Footage of young puppies being groomed and resting outside at our National Breeding Centre.
We opened our state-of-the-art National Breeding Centre in 2011, helping us welcome over 1,000 little life changers each year.
Caption: 2013, Guide Dogs launches its My Sighted Guide service. Footage of My Sighted Guide partnerships.
And in 2013, recognising that guide dogs aren't the solution for everyone, we debuted our My Sighted Guide service, providing trained volunteer guides to help people with sight loss to get out and do more of the things they love.
Caption: 2015, Guide Dogs volunteers help us launch our Access All Areas campaign. Footage of campaigners collecting signatures outside Parliament and engaging with MPs. Elsewhere, we see a taxi drive off, leaving a guide dog owner stranded.
2 years later, our army of volunteers helped us launch our Access All Areas campaign, highlighting the impact of being refused access to shops, restaurants and taxis on guide dog owners.
Caption: 2017. Blind Children UK and Guide Dogs become one charity. Footage shows various children with sight loss taking their first steps, cane training, learning to cook, reading large print books and fussing a buddy dog.
Blind Children UK and Guide Dogs became one charity in 2017, making us the UK's largest provider of services for children with sight loss, providing a wide range of life-changing support, including mobility and life skills, large print books and buddy dogs.
Caption: 2020. Guide Dogs adapts to the COVID-19 pandemic by taking many of its services virtual. Footage shows Guide Dog staff using phones and video calls to engage with service users.
In 2020, faced with the global COVID pandemic, we embraced technology and new ways of working to take many of our services virtual, helping to keep the people we support safe but connected.
Caption: we also launched our pioneering research project Born to Guide. Footage of a microscope, a pregnant dog being scanned and young puppies at our National Breeding Centre.
We also began work to ensure we'll be even more robust in the future, launching Born to Guide, a pioneering research project which will provide new insight into how we breed future generations of guide dogs.
Caption: and we continue to develop our facilities and recruit more frontline staff. Shots of our updated facilities and our staff.
And developing and modernising our regional centres, whilst recruiting and training more frontline staff, so that we can increase our capacity and reduce waiting times.
Caption: 2021. Guide Dogs launches its Tech for All initiative. Footage of a boy with a vision impairment using an iPad with his mum.
This year, knowing how vital technology is for learning at home and developing life skills, we're launching our Tech for All initiative, a commitment to make sure all children with a vision impairment have access to an iPad or iPhone to use outside of school.
Old black and white footage of trainers and dogs transitions into matching colour footage from today.
We're so incredibly proud of what we've achieved over the last 90 years. But every day, 250 more people join the 2 million already living with sight loss, and this number is set to double by 2050. Sight loss isn't going away, but neither are we.
A montage of clips showing staff, volunteers, our dogs, and people with sight loss.
With new services and technologies, our amazing staff, volunteers, and our new centres, our dogs, and our supporters, we plan to double the amount of support we provide by 2023, helping people with sight loss live actively, independently, and well.
A special Guide Dogs logo, which reads, Guide Dogs, 90 years.